Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrot, and welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I'm finally going to finish this damn game series, episode 6. And drag Tandem along with me here. We'll go over here and talk to the storyteller. The blind elf looks better than he did in your last encounter. His clothes are clean, his pale face has some color. The elf turns to you, listens closely. Is that you, my savior? I recognize your footsteps, determined footsteps, befitting a determined person. Allow me to thank you again for saving me. Please accept this humble gift as a token of my appreciation. The elf hands you a small black ring with 2 scarlet runes on it. Item received, storyteller's ring. Storyteller, Irbeth has explained why you were looking for me. I warned the authorities of Canarbaris that the local wardstone had been desecrated. They waved off my warnings and paid for their inaction. I have examined many wardstones, but only in the one guarding Canarbaris did I sense a flaw, a spot of corruption inside, a vulnerability the demons will surely use. They are able to spread the blight inside the wardstones, corrupt it, and make it their weapon. It frightens me to think what it will be capable of. The wardstone must be destroyed. Okay, now, the storyteller is well known within the Church of Pharasma, so Frosty is already familiar with who and what the storyteller is, at least from the common perspective. So he's not going to ask who he is, or why, or do you wield some sort of magic. Or even why did he travel to the Wardstone, because, the storyteller travels all over the place to collect stories. Anything of interest to the world is going to be of interest to the storyteller, so I'm going to go with Frosty. What blight is concealed in the wardstones? Storyteller, I'm afraid I don't have the answer to your question. To understand the nature of this blight, we need to understand how the wardstone was created, and it is hidden from me. I can only guess. Have you heard of the Red Morning Massacre? A dreadful morning remembered with fear even by those not yet born at the time. A demoness called Monago invaded the city with a crowd of her fellows and started to do what demons do best, kill and desecrate. They say they covered the wardstone with pieces of dead bodies, splashed it with blood from top to bottom. Could such an abomination darken the radiance of the gift of Iomade herself? The locals think it is impossible, but who knows? It was not the last attack. Many demon leaders have brought their unholy forces here. Even the terrifying Baylor Choresmada. Their attacks were rebuffed, but they still reached their target. I think this is when the seed... I got a cat blocking the screen. I think this is when the seed of corruption was planted in the stone. It wouldn't have grown on its own, but Discari himself has now come to take advantage of this weakness to open the abscess that's been festering for years unnoticed by the people of Canabras, and when the demon lord struck the blow, the weakened stone gave in. Now it's in demon hands, and nothing is stopping them from spreading that blight throughout the entire stone, and from it to the other stones along the whole perimeter of the world wound. Frosty, I've heard of you, Storyteller. Storyteller, in that case you must make every possible effort to destroy the corruption. Unfortunately, I don't know where to get an instrument powerful enough to banish it from the wardstone. As far as I know, there is nothing like it in Canarbaris, but the demons might have something. I heard the dying roar of Terendelev, the Silver Dragon, the protector of the city. At the same time, I felt a wave of unfamiliar power sweep over me from head to toe. I would advise you to go where Terendelev perished and search for Something. I'm sorry, I can't be more specific, but intuition and a strange sense of righteousness tell me to point you there. Frosty, present the stone knife. I found it in the square where Torindel perished. What do you make of it? Storyteller. Even from here I can feel strange energies emanating from this object. If you don't mind, I will examine it using my method. I will try to see the past of its owner, their emotions, and shreds of their memories. Maybe it'll help us better understand what we're dealing with. Hunger. My many legs bring me into the lair, my mother's feasting hall. Her swollen body overfilled with food. It is so huge that I have to look at it with all my eyes at once. On top of her is scrawny little head with a long beak that is always yearning for more food. Mother greets me with a placid screech. Stupid, greedy wretch, whose only achievement is my birth. A creeping, wingless creature. It is your fault I have no wings. A symbol of greatness, a birthright I should have received from my mighty father. Mother points me to a crowd of whimpering subjects, suggesting I fortify myself with their pathetic flesh. Not today. I summon my spawn, and they fly to me, enveloping me in a teeming cloud. Like dark buzzing wings, they unfold behind my back and lift me up. Mother has always been stronger, but she did not expect this. I dive on her and rip her limp, bloated body with my claws. Ichor splatters, the blown spurs in my heels sink into her flesh. I crunch her pitiful tiny head and tear it off along with the shreds of meat. Victory! I am the strongest. I am the son of my winged father. Appalling. Stories like these are the most difficult ones to keep with me. Frosty. Did this knife belong to a demon? Storyteller opens his mouth to answer, but then a sudden spasm crosses his face. A new vision, a much stronger one, engulfs the old elf. The malevolent undertones vanish from his voice as it grows more determined and tired. Storyteller. Even looking at the word stone is difficult. Despite the corruption nesting in it, it still has an aura of strength. Your fingers clutch the stone hilt so tight it hurts. A little spot on the flawless surface of the word stone draws your attention. It looks like a butterfly, corruption in the guise of something utterly harmless. But it will grow. You swing and stab the butterfly with the knife as hard as you can. Your fingers cramp painfully. A howl invades your ears. Light, white, light, everywhere. What is that? That is not the past. That was something that is yet to happen, or rather might happen. One of the roads to the future. In one of the possible futures, this item will help you cleanse a ward stone, or destroy it. Storyteller. Never before has anything like this happened to me. But how? I'm not an oracle or a prophet. Or is this another riddle from the past that has caught up with me? I must find out. Seeing stories that have happened is one thing, but seeing stories that are not yet to happen? I don't know why this is happening now. But there is one thing I am sure of. This is not a coincidence. This is a sign of coming changes, great changes. Frosty. I shared your vision, and this knife tempted me. Did you? Storyteller. Did you? See what I saw? Has never happened before. Could it be the magic of the object that you brought to me? I sense dark energies in it that can cloud and charm the mind. Be careful with this item. It may have tried to influence you, but you managed to overcome its power and subdue it, or perhaps something else happened to us, something we don't yet understand. Frosty, who were you in your vision? Storyteller, I don't know. Someone strong and desperate enough to resort to extreme measures. I felt that when I was doing had to be done. Frosty, your powers are amazing. Storyteller, a few minutes ago I would have agreed with you. But the thing that has just happened, it disturbs me. My gift has never manifested like this. Something has changed, and these changes frighten me. Frosty. Please examine the items I'm carrying. Perhaps some of them could tell us a story. Storyteller. Let me touch them, and I'll tell you what I can see. Powerful forces lie dormant in the sword. It used to belong to an incredibly bright and daring soul. Proud, Trendelev, protector of Canabras. You devoted your life to serving people. Your death is a great loss, but maybe I will be able to find out something about you that is unknown to your many admirers. Frosty presents Radiance. What do you see in its past? Storyteller. Dresden is doomed. Demons attacked right when I lost the protection of the Sword of Valor. My city, my bastion of hope. We built you as a symbol that the lands mutilated by the abyss could still be restored to mortals. Now you are perishing there, and there's nothing I can do. We retreat. No, we flee. A frightened crowd rushes into the night through the southern gate. They are chased by the angry howls of demons, killing the last defenders of the citadel. My heart goes out to them, but I'm still standing, still on the wall. I'm covering the retreat. Demons do not attack. They seethe around you, fall from the sky, strike from all sides at once. They can't be stopped, but they can be distracted. I run to the upper floor of the gate tower. Radiance glows with a golden light in my hands. I permit myself to close my eyes for just one heartbeat. I imagine that soft glimmering of the sword I see through my closed eyelids is the light of the summer sun. I smile. I open my eyes and call out, "Hey, Discari Spawn, who wants the best trophy of the night? You know my name, Yanel. You know how many of you I've killed with this very hand. You want to curry favor with Darzand, Minago, or the echo of your lord? Bring them my head if you can." Roaring and screaming, they rush toward me with a wave of deformed bodies, unfurling wings. The wave crashes against me, splattering my armor with bloody froth. Broken wings, chopped up bodies plummet to the roof of the tower. In the heat of battle, I see Joran's pale face down there. He looks up at me in desperation, but he can't help. He's carrying two wounded on his shoulders. My city will fall, but my friends will survive. That's what I'm fighting for. I'm covering the retreat. The flow of fleeing people gradually dwindles. My armor is broken in many places, and I cannot heal my wounds anymore. The last demon I stabbed with Radius suddenly recoils, tearing the handle out of my blood-soaked, blood-slickened hand. He flies up, but falls somewhere far behind the walls, by the road, being taken by those fleeing. No more golden glow in my hands. The night closes in around me, filled with shrieking, mocking demons, laughter. Dresden, I'm dying with you. Light of the sword, righteous Iomade, accept my soul. I know whose memories this is. I've heard about her so many times. Jano was a true crusader. Touching her memory is so cleansing. Frosty, thank you for the story, storyteller. Frosty shows Terendelev's scale to the storyteller. Tell me about Terendelev. Storyteller, I'm flying. I can finally spread my wings. I am gliding over a broad river. The sunset has turned its surface smooth like a mirror. I see my reflection. It is of another silver dragon is rising to meet me from the depths. But what is it? The scales on my chest are black, and the darkness is spreading over my body. I wake up, a clear sky always above me, blazing with heat. I am human form. The red dust of the wound clings to my crackling lips. Someone is carrying me on a stretcher made of shields and spears. I am so weak I can barely lift my hand to my face. The sight of my own hand terrifies me. It is black, and the skin glistens like scales melted by fire. I am probably ought to cry, but I can only feel hatred and nausea. All these people around me, out of sympathy for them, I chose to leave the mountains. I gave up my flights over rivers. I went to the demon's lair. They didn't have a scratch on them, but I am infected with this foulness. It's not fair. My life is more precious than their pathetic existence. Oh, how I hate them in this moment. And then suddenly feel shame. No, no, these are not my thoughts. The Crusaders carrying me are good friends, and I am glad they did not suffer. But I hate them and hate myself so much. Pain and hatred pierce me all at once. It is all because of them, all because of them. Someone walking beside me touches me and talks to me, but the only thing I hear is, "Your mentor will come, he will help." I lose consciousness. Frosty, such hatred from Trundlev. Wasn't she on our side? Storyteller, Trundlev has come a very long way. Her unit was ambushed by demons once, and she was infected with foulness. The Trundlev you met in Canarbris has gone through many trials and regained her former purity. Frosty, what happened next? Storyteller, sometimes the past can be as vague as the future. We all know Trundlev's story ended, but the beginning is hidden from us. Maybe if you find something else that used to belong to her, I will know more about her struggle. Frosty presents a stone knife. Tell me about its previous owner. Storyteller, hunger. My many legs bring me to the lair. Okay, this is just a repeat. Thank you for the story, Storyteller. Frosty, we have more important things to do. Frosty, can I help you? Storyteller, I appreciate your offer. I have reason to believe that somewhere in Canarbris there is a manuscript offered by an elf from Kinuan who witnessed Earthfall. For personal matters, I would like to examine it, but no matter how hard I try, I have failed to find it. Even Blackwing Library, I only found the mention that the manuscript exists and is held somewhere in the city. I assume it's stored in the Grey Garrison. They wouldn't let me into the archive when I visited. All those Crusaders are nervous about the strange blind elf interested in their secrets. It's understandable. The Crusade naturally made them a little paranoid. But now the Grey Garrison has fallen into the enemy hands. I would be grateful if I could see the manuscript. Frosty, I have a few questions about our encounter in the Blackwing Library. Storyteller, of course, I'm making no secret of why I came to the library. I was looking for something. Frosty, did you find what you were looking for? Storyteller, alas no, but I found proof of the book that I'm looking for is in Canarbris, at least part of it. Frosty, I see. Frosty, I have to go. Storyteller, I wish you interesting adventures. Alright, so that gave me enough experience to level up. So Frosty is taking another level in Divine Hunter. So, what should I do here? I really don't need any more dexterity. Strength would be would be kind of useful. Wisdom, I've got as much wisdom as I need. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have more, so I think I'll go ahead and take another point of wisdom. Alright, so knowledge arcane, lore nature, lore religion, and perception for my skills. Now I need to choose 2 level 2 spells. So I'll take Winter's Grasp and Bark Skin. And then Tandem will need to level up. So I'll put 1 point of intelligence in the Tandem. Then 1 point in mobility, 1 in perception. Camilla can stay Spirit Hunter. I will give her 1 more point in dexterity. She can have trickery and mobility. That seems to be what her build is for. I'll give her the healing hex. Alright, Ninio. Another level Wizard Scroll Savant. I'll go ahead and put a point into Intelligence. Knowledge Arcana, Knowledge World. Use Magic Device. Now, 2 level 2 spells. I will take Blur. And, I guess Hideous Laughter. Alright, Ember. Stick with Witch. Another point in Charisma. Knowledge Arcana, Persuasion, use Magic Device. I'll take the Healing Hex. And then she gets to choose 1 level 2 spell, so I'm going to choose Molten Orb. Because Ember's all about the fire. Alright, Lan. I'm going to take another level of Eldritch Scoundrel. Bump his intelligence to 12. Trickery. Perception. Athletics. And then, I guess, 1 point into stealth. Skill focus. Trickery. Now choose 2 level 1 spells for him. Guess Enlarge Person. And Protection from Alignment. Woodruff. Stick with Eldritch Scoundrel. I'll give him 1 point in Constitution. Trickery. Perception. Use Magic Device. Mobility. And Stealth. 2 level 2 spells for Woodjiff. So I'll take Blur and Mirror Image. Alright, Sela. Another level of Paladin. And I will give her... I guess one more point in Wisdom. Knowledge World. Persuasion. Yep, that'll work. Mercy Fatigued. That's the status I encounter the most. Or Courage. Right, level up Valiant. Once again, 1 point in Intelligence. Mobility and Perception. Alright, now let's check everybody's spell book. So, Camilla, I will... Sela's going to take care of the remove fear from here on out, so... You can have Bless. And inflict light wounds. Alright, for level 2, Camilla can have Bull Strength as her dominion. Domain, not dominion. Delay Poison, that's a rather important one. Restoration Lesser, Cure Moderate Wounds. Okay. And for Ninio, I will give Ninio a couple more magic missiles for rank 1. Let's see, spell level 2. We'll do Blur and Hideous Laughter. Okay, Ember doesn't need to prepare spells. Land. Alright, so for land, we're doing Hurricane Bow twice, and then Mage Armor. Woodjiff, you can have Mirror Image twice. That'll work. And Sela doesn't have any Paladin spells yet, and her Inquisitor spells are natural. And of course it's 1 a.m. so my wife wants breakfast already. So I'll pause the recording here and then I'll come back after I fed her. Okay, got the wife fed. So I'm going to go ahead and rest.
You lived on the streets and you never once stole nothing? Like nothing? Nothing? Not even an apple? Get out of here.
But it's the truth. Why would I steal when kind people are so willing to share what they have?
One day, 9 hours. Anna must have been really tired. Hey, Staunton, there's filth on the floor. Be a good lad and clean it up. Yes, sir, right away. The sight of that traitorous dog turns my stomach. Why did the Queen spare his life? She should have strung him up as a warning to all the cultists. That she should have, sir. Eh. You understand that's human nature to behave that way, but damn. Staunton greets you with a dour nod. Frosty, I've seen how other soldiers treat you. Staunton, what about it? Frosty, good, it's inhumane. Staunton, it's been my life for many decades. You performed an action that was good. Frosty, have to go. Go then, maybe we'll see each other again. I really wish I could take Staunton into my party without being a lynch. Alright, I must stick with my current party. I'll get Woodjiff's quest done. Apparently I need to sell some stuff. I didn't think I was that heavily loaded, but I guess I am. Show me your wares. Alright, start off with bulk selling. Yeah, I got a lot of junk in here. I didn't realize I'd forgotten to sell. Alright. Now let's check Sela. I think she can use... What armor does she have? Alright. See, I'm tempted to give this staff to Ninio, but I'm afraid if I do, she'll start running up and trying to boop people in the head with it, and I don't want her doing that. Alright, Lan, you can have this bow.
Follow my steps.
Okay, that's better. I'm not overloaded anymore.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You're irrelevant. Surrender or else!
Cover me, all right?
Attack!
The light take you!
That went pretty well. There's no point in having Ninio use Ray of Frost against demons. It really won't do anything. Unlike Divine Spark that Frosty and Ember have, which can damage demons fairly reliably. Sister Chrismy. Brother Woodjiff, you got my message then? Sorry, I couldn't swing by sooner, dear Sister Chrismy. I just got one thing after another. First I was in shackles, I was still in shackles, and I was being watched, and now the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me. Chrismy. Enough talking. Orcs will be here all night. We had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip in the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Earbeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Someone betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Frosty. Woodjiff, tell us your side of the story. What happened? Sister Charisme. He speaks. I thought Woodjiff only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Woodjiff, what's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Chrismy got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woodjiff jerks his head towards 5 thievelings kneeling by the wall. She rounded us up and says we've got a score. Ancestries and wonders, the one place nobody's been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing is that none of us was to be hanging around the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. Sister Chrismy. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right with the locks and the golem. I picked a lock I remember as clear as day. Sister Lana was on workout. Brother Melroon had the scroll. Duffel, Tevi, and Varnier brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack. One right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it. Next thing I knew, Earbeth was there. Everybody scampered, but I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth, and to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. Sister Charisma. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything? Where's the moon and abyss, Brother Woodruff? Frosty, what is the moon of the abyss? Woodruff, it's an amulet. I used to sit on. It used to sound a little cushion in the window of the Ancestries and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkling like a star. Fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, a crescent, so a waning moon. And in the middle there was a dark crystal. It was like an eclipse, like it was eclipsing the old moon. Old man Fiddleryman was so proud of that amulet, he used to say, I'll never sell it. It's a jewel in my collection. I used to go there and see what kinds of treasures there were in the world, but there's nothing else to look at in Canarbras. People used to claim it was a powerful thing. But who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to fence it. Sister Charisma, everyone knew that you were always hanging around Ancestries and Wonders, drilling over the moon of the abyss. Did you think you could swipe it and all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we would all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woodruff. I see right through you. Frosty, go on, Woodruff. Woodruff, that's the whole story. Some family this turned out to be. Just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at the words. No, they don't. Oh, no, they don't. They don't throw around accusations. Obviously, you've never had siblings if you think that. I didn't take the moon of the abyss. What am I going to do with it? I can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisma, I will find it. I will drag the traitor here by his horns, just so you don't end up in the bottom of the cylinder. But don't you know what you're going to owe me for that? An apology, right here in front of everybody. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, sorry, Woodruff, you're a good guy and I was wrong about you. Sister Charisma, fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woodruff, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, hearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if it's the family come for you. You'll have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that's when we'll get you. Got that? Woodruff, you got away with words, Sister Charisma. In a way, it almost made me wet myself. But a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll have to go have a chat with that scary gal, Earbeth. She knows you little. We can talk to her about who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. Frosty, we'll find the real traitor. Woodruff, and I'll get my apology. Onward to Earbeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Sister Charisma, Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Alright, back to the Defender's Heart again. Fail to sneak past enemies. Prepare to fight.
Be careful, everyone.
Alright, Valiant, you can go there. Sea Life, get this guy. Is there anybody behind us? Don't see anybody back here. Nope, nobody behind us for a change. Just a couple flunkies there.
What in the name of the Green Mother's going on in this crazy town? Who's in charge here? You there in the armor? Or is it you, Tavern Keeper? Or maybe it's you, old-timer? Oh, you, I remember. You were in that ravaged fortress with all the books. You can explain all this to me. Well?
Will 12 look back at him, saying nothing.
You're good.
Succeeded at a will check.
All right. First things first. If by some chance you don't already know, they call me Ulbrich. Ulbrich Olesk. Chief of the Olesk clan. The one that gave Barzog's orcs a drubbing. What, never heard of them either? I'll be damned. Is this an illusion or something? One minute I'm laying myself down for a nap in a glade one summer's day, and the next I'm waking up among ruins and flames and monsters running riot. No one knows me. But you see, my name's famous across Sarkoris. Where in the blazes am I? What's going on here?
Succeeded at knowledge world check. You have heard songs that tell the glorious victory of an alliance of Sarkorsian tribes over the Orcish horde led by the chief called Borzag. But that was a long time ago, centuries in the past, before the demon invasion. Is it possible that this man does not know that Sarkoris has fallen? Frosty. In the library there was a stone statue of a griffin. It came to life suddenly and flew off. Was that you?
A statue, you say? Strange. I don't remember being turned to stone. But if it looked like a griffin, then it must have been me. Take a gander at this. Don't worry, I won't scratch you. I'm no werewolf, I'm a shifter. My powers were granted to me by the sacred griffin Erevar, who protects our clan. I doubt you've got any other griffins flying about this city of yours.
Frosty, you're saying you fell asleep in Sarkoris and woke up here?
That's what I'm saying to you. I was plucked like a fish from a pond and carried off to God's nowhere.
Frosty, you couldn't come through the door?
The door would have been smarter, right enough. I was asleep too long, that must be it. My head's all muddled. I remember I was flying over the city looking for something, and when I found it, I just drove straight for it. Roads and roofs be damned. But what was I looking for? Drinks? Warriors? No, that's not it. Maybe you. Was I looking for you?
Frosty, you said you saw me in the library when?
Now, let me think. Strange, the memory's in there, but it's all broken up in little pieces. So, I opened my eyes, I saw books and stones around me, and you were there. Then I was flying over the city. I had wings. And then I was in this here tavern, and then I saw you again. All right, that's enough questions from you. Now answer some of mine. Where am I, and what's going on here?
Frosty, tell the truth. The city is called Canabras. I don't know how long you were asleep, but Sarkoris hasn't existed for 100 years.
Oh, I can't take it anymore. Oh, you got me there. You're telling me I fell asleep for 100 years. Sarkoris was swallowed by demons, and Canabras, that little fishing village, is now a fortress city. Oh, go on. Fine. If you don't want to tell me what's going on, don't. We're in a tavern, not in the middle of nowhere. There's plenty of folks around. I'm sure one of these people will tell me what's happening here. There's one thing I do know without asking. You've got a tough fight on your hands. I'm not one to wait on an invitation to a brawl, so if you're making ready to break some demon horns, I'm going with you. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have a taste of whatever ale they brew here.
I like the fact that Irbeth actually came running over, even though she played no part in that. Just because it's the natural thing that would happen in most of these old CRPGs. The NPCs would just stand around like stones. Irbeth, any success? How's the city? Frosty, there's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who was your informant among the tieflings? Irbeth, Narbers is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves? Irbeth sighs. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. He had a cloak with a hood matching his face, but the long horns didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem at Ancestries and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the constructor's code word just in case. Construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact. So if you can interrogate the thing and find out what he saw, the code word is Hand of Ivory. The shop owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. I have to go. My own day, keep you safe. Yeah, I like Ulbrig. I'm gonna add him to my party. once I'm done with this quest. I don't like Woodjiff that much.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Please? Get me out of here!
Demonic hurt?
I can hear your footsteps. Pull me
Free at
out.
last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will.
Rusty, the city is under attack by demons.
Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. And then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Canabras, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier.
Rusty, alright, I'll take you with me.
I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word.
Yeah, Finian it actually is a really good weapon. And like he said, he can take on any weapon type that you're proficient with. Scythe. Let's see. Falchion. Those are pretty good. What about a Bardishi? Two to 11, 2 to 11, 19 to 20, 20x3. +1 enchantment, ghost touched. There we go. Alright, we're at 1 hour, so I'm going to end this episode right here on a cliffhanger. Thank you very much for watching.